1923 Season 2 premiere offered a reminder of one of the most enjoyable aspects of Season 1, and now I'm really hoping Taylor Sheridan incorporates more of it. The Yellowstone prequel series occurs roughly a century before the original show ended, and while it still follows the Dutton family trying to defend their Montana ranch, the nature of the conflict is quite different. 1923's cast includes Jerome Flynn as Banner Creighton, a character who demonstrates a more relentless villainy than anything in Yellowstone, but that's not all. 1923's Season 2 story will see the newly wedded Spencer and Alex Dutton on their respective journeys to find each other after being separated in Season 1's ending. In Season 2, Episode 1, Alex explains that Spencer needs to return to Montana to protect his family, to which her friend Jennifer responds by questioning what they need to be protected from. She mentions bears as an example, referencing back to some of the most powerful scenes from the first season and hopefully foreshadowing more like it. 1923 Season 1's animal attacks were some of the best scenes. The lion attack was unforgettable. As much as I enjoyed the power dynamics and conflict occurring in the Montana portion of Season 1's story, I was always more excited about Spencer's journey in Africa. I went into the show for Harrison Ford and Helen Mirren but left it as a fan of Brandon Sklenar and Julia Schleipfer. The romance story was phenomenal, with Episode 2's ending potentially being my favorite moment in any Taylor Sheridan show. My affection for the characters only contributed to the intense, jaw-dropping animal attack scenes. The car being rammed by an elephant was one thing, but I distinctly remember being glued to the screen when they were stuck in a tree fending off lions. It's such a phenomenal scene and unlike anything I've seen before on television. Not to mention, it wasn't something I expected from a Yellowstone spin-off. To top that off, the shark attack while Spencer and Dutton were stranded in the middle of the ocean was terrifying nightmare fuel. Those were unforgettable scenes, and I hope there's more of them in Season 2. 1923 Season 2 premiere foreshadowed a bear attack, and I hope it happens. Jennifer suggested bears could be a threat to the Duttons. Alex walking into an office in 1923 Season 2. With Jennifer mentioning the potential of the Duttons having to protect themselves from bears, I'm hoping this is a Chekhov's gun plot element for something later in the season. To have Spencer traveling through America and eventually have to face a bear would be outstanding, or any character for that matter. Aside from being enjoyable entertainment, these scenes represent the aforementioned conflicts that distinguish 1923 from Yellowstone. This is an older period, and the battles the Duttons must face are more raw and animalistic. We've seen the Duttons face business people, criminals, politicians, journalists, and more trying to bring down the Yellowstone ranch, so it's vital for the prequel show to introduce fresh stakes. Of course, the animals aren't going to take over and manage the cattle, but they serve as a representation of this era's conflicts. Just as the Duttons in 1883 were victims of their environment on the frontier, the Duttons of 1923 can just as easily be surrounded by a pride of lions or an antagonistic posse of gunmen. 1923 Season 2 already set up more animal attacks. We've already seen a mountain lion. A mountain lion snarling on the front porch of the Dutton Lodge in 1923 Season 2, Episode 1. Aside from just the possibility of a bear sometime later in the Season 2 premiere already saw an animal attack. 1923 Season 1, Episode 2's ending saw a mountain lion nearly maul Elizabeth Dutton before Kara saved her. Taylor Sheridan isn't new to using animal metaphors in his series. Just recently, Landman Season 1 saw its main protagonist examining a coyote in Texas, offering critical symbolism for the show. The mountain lion in 1923 represents the dire situation the Duttons have found themselves in back at home. 1923 Season 2, which will be the show's final run, will see Spencer Dutton returning home to defend his family from those who seek to destroy them. He's developed a reputation for himself in Africa and other countries overseas as a lion hunter. In this case, Kara was able to defend her family from just one lion, but in order to defeat an entire, metaphorical, pride, they'll need Spencer to unite them. 1923's animal attacks offer excitement that no other Taylor Sheridan show has to offer, but they're also deeply important to the show's thematic value.